Craftsman Days are here at Lowe's with big savings on the tools you need. Right now, get a free select tool when you buy the Craftsman V20 2-pack battery kit. Whether it's the backyard, the bathroom, or beyond, Craftsman has the tools to help you power through and get the project done right. Because DIYing is unpredictable, but your tools shouldn't be. Shop Craftsman at Lowe's today. Valid through 6/18 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Follow the money. That's what I always say. You always follow the money.
Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Pauly Howard on VSiN.
Thanks for checking in. Busy hour on tap here on Follow the Money. Derek Stevens joins the program coming up bottom of the hour. Owner and CEO of Circa Las Vegas. Our best bets with in-pocket plays coming up a little bit later on, Pauly. And here we head out to the Progressive guest line to talk some NHL, get some best bets from Jonathan Davis, VSiN's very own NHL betting analyst, and he's on the Progressive guest line. Jonathan, good afternoon. Thanks for the time today. How are you?
Always a pleasure, gentlemen. How are you doing?
Doing well.
Good,
doing
sir.
well. What do you make of the betting number, first of all, before we get into a lot of the props tonight? Here at Circa, Edmonton, after a thrashing really at the end of that game in Game 3 at home, they're $1.48 in this game tonight.
Yeah, I mean, money coming in on Dallas, and I don't know. I don't buy the line moves as much in hockey. I think that this is a matter that the Stars, had lost back-to-back games for the first time in the playoffs. But I just don't see a way that you can really back them. I mean, look, here's the one thing I will do to back the Stars. I'm simply playing both teams on playing -1.5 goals, because we've had 8 straight games in the playoffs right now that the winning team has won by at least 2. And actually, they've won all 8 games by 3. 19 of the last 22 playoff games have been decided by 2 goals or more.
Wow.
And 53 of 76 overall, 2 goals or more. So I'm going to, I think I said to you guys when I was on last, I'll play both teams at -1.5, get plus money there, and I'll take a small profit.
How about an injury update, both teams?
Yeah, so for the Dallas Stars, Rupe Hintz, Pete DeBoer says game time decision. He had taken the warm-ups in Game 3, couldn't go. We'll see if he goes tonight in Game 4. Still no Matthias Ekholm for Edmonton. Shouldn't be much of a surprise. I mean, I think we're into week 10 of his injury. The projection was 15 weeks. I know he's been out skating, but, not going to rush him back. And Connor Brown, who got hurt in game number 3, bit of a late hit, but nonetheless, he is out for today. Victor Arvidsson will slot in to Connor Brown's spot.
As you wrote as VSiN.com, though, it's also Game 4 now. It's Skinner time. How about these incredible numbers? This is for Mitch's Conn Smythe ticket now. Games 4 through 7 of a series, the role he's on.
Yeah, it's 12-1 in Game 7, games 4 through 7. The only loss was Game 7 against Florida last year in the Cup final. He's given up 2 goals or less in 11 of the 12 wins. He's got 3 shutouts. Most recently, he had that 1-0 overtime shutout against the Golden Knights. Here's a stat on the Dallas Stars, by the way. When they trail a series 3-1 in their history, they're 0-16, guys. When they get the series tied at 2 and have home ice advantage, they're 10-3. It's critical tonight. And just to give you an idea, 2 of those 16 losses were in the last 2 playoff years. So there are many players from those last 2 teams to get, to fall 3-1 that are playing tonight.
I hate to even ask both of you guys this question, but what is your level of faith tonight with Skinner?
Strong.
I got no issues with him. I mean, look, I don't know if you saw, I can't remember what they showed on ABC on Sunday, but on the Sportsnet feed on Sunday, Skinner coming out of the locker room strutting like he was Vince McMahon or Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
The guy's locked in. He's got total confidence right
now. Right. Right.
I have no issues with Stuart Skinner.
Yeah.
I mean, it's feast or famine, and, this is his time.
Yeah, it's an asinine question. Feel good about the guy. No, he's saying all the right things, but
right.
You're not there?
Well, I mean, let's
be honest. Come on. Third period of Game 1 was a fluke. They lost their minds.
I totally think that,
yeah. Right. So is it fair to say they've dominated 7 of the 9 periods?
Absolutely. And, you could even argue that, look, the second period of game number 3, I mean, Dallas outshot Edmonton 22-7. Yep. They're up 1-0 until the final minute when McDavid ties the game. So that takes away everything. I mean, here's another remarkable stat on Edmonton. They have scored 6 goals in the final minute in this year's playoffs alone. Like you've got to play until the clock strikes 0 against this team.
Yeah.
They're totally different. They've only got 18% of their goals this year from McDavid and Draisaitl. 2 years ago, I think it was at 48%.
Wow. Great numbers here.
Yeah.
What about the instant gratification crowd tonight? People love betting the first periods, right? What is your angle there?
Look, I like the first period over. The Oilers are 5-1 to the over at home in the first period. They're also 5-1 to their over 1.5 goals in the first period. So, definitely I'm definitely on the over. I sprinkled a little bit on Edmonton team total over 1.5 as well.
Anything prop, shots and goals? Shots on goal or assists? Anyone jump out?
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm going to take a flyer. Look, I've got a parlay with McDavid, Draisaitl, and Nugent Hopkins all over 1.5 shots. It's minus 102. Connor's hit that, I think, in every game. Draisaitl missed it last game, but he had two games in the regular season when he had 0 shots on goal. He came back with at least 2 the next game, and Nugent Hopkins has had at least 2 shots on goal in 10 of the last 12. Got to grab Nugent Hopkins as well for an assist, a goal. Look, he's got 7 points in this series. He's got 3 consecutive multi-point games. So I love Nugent Hopkins. And Jason Robertson on the Dallas side, his shot prop at over 1.5 as well. Robertson got off to a slow start. He's had 7 shots on goal in the last 2 games, 5 last game, 11 shot attempts overall. He did get that goal on a deflection, one of the 2 Dallas goals. So I do like Robertson as well to get over 1.5 shots.
All right. Follow the money here on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. Our guest, VSiN's very own NHL betting analyst, Jonathan Davis, and he is on the Progressive Guest Line. Nice job by Carolina last night. Not a lot of people saw that one coming. I think that was a good result for sportsbooks. I heard Johnny Avello on with the guys on primetime after us last night, and he's like, yeah, they just keep betting Florida. They're convinced the series is over with. I thought it was as well. Not the case. So what do we think here about Game 5 now that it heads back to Carolina?
I mean, look, I ended up going, and I think I may have mentioned to you guys yesterday, I think I may have texted you guys yesterday. I played Florida yesterday at plus 310 to win the series in 5, just as insurance for them losing last night. I didn't play a side on yesterday's game. I continue again to play the minus 1.5 both ways tomorrow night. That's another way to approach it. And then, Pauly, look, you've been on the under Freddie Anderson saves.
7 in a row.
It's 7 straight for Anderson.
Yep.
It's 8 straight for the Hurricanes.
Yep.
And 9 of 10 under saves prop has cashed. So that's another way to approach tomorrow's game for me.
Yep, I'm with you on that one. Let me throw a couple things at you here. If it's Florida-Edmonton, Will Hill says it's a pick'em and Caesars. What would you think if it's a rematch?
I would take Edmonton on the money line, and I would take Edmonton minus 1.5 games for a smaller price.
Okay. $1.50 against Carolina.
Edmonton.
Easy?
Regardless.
No okay.
Yeah, and Carolina, there's no way. Even if it's Dallas, I would take Florida. And I would take Florida money line against Dallas.
Right.
And Florida minus 1.5 against Dallas.
Right. They have Dallas $1.25 against Carolina, if that's the matchup. That I don't. You do?
Look, because look, the better goalie's on the Dallas side. I mean, I ain't trusting, and I would put the over under prop on Carolina goalies in any series at 1.5, starting goalies, that is. I ain't trusting Freddie Anderson, if that was ever to be the case. But I cannot see Carolina winning the next 3 games. So
no, neither can
that's
I.
kind of a moot point.
Do you see Dallas versus Florida? Is that offered as well?
Yeah. They're
Florida's got to be.
Florida's $1.30, I think.
Okay, that sounds about right.
Let me bring it up again.
What say you, Jonathan, about that number?
Oh, Florida money line and Florida minus 1.5. I mean, I think Dallas would be too beat up. Florida is just they're too deep. Like they know how to beat you. And then what Florida does so well is that they try to destroy you in the first 2 games physically, so that if we do get to game 6 or 7, you are so physically beat up that you just don't have enough to go. Yeah. So I'd be Florida for me But Edmonton is the Western version of Florida right now. They're doing to the Dallas defense just what Florida's doing to Carolina's defense. They're punishing them every time they touch the puck. The Stars defensemen are giving up the puck quicker than they're used to. I love what we're seeing from Edmonton.
Great job, my friend. Good luck. We'll talk to you soon. Appreciate it.
Always a pleasure, guys. Have a great rest of your night. Good luck as well.
Right.
Thanks,
Good luck
pal.
to you. Get up to the website. Check out all his props. Got a ton of picks for the game, as always. Before the line moves, the sharp plays at sharpplays.com already there. They don't chase the market. They move it. You're not going to out-muscle billion-dollar books or full-time pro bettors on your own. But with the sharp plays, you don't have to. Powered by cutting-edge AI and trusted insider sources, the Sharp Plays delivers the edge that serious bettors rely on. He goes back to this show since day one. We talked to Jeff a couple weeks ago, all his great contacts over his years in the business, free betting reports, real-time alerts, market-moving insights, right to you via email or X. They've been going back with their track record to 2011. Receipts, logs, results right there on the site. Respected, watched, and feared. That's the Sharp Plays. Check them out now, sharpplays.com.
I need like 1 or 2-0 Edmonton tonight, final score.
Yeah, that'd be great.
For the Skinner ticket.
Give me the shutout. Come on. Give me 3-0, 4-0, 3-1, something like that. Let's go.
I'm dreading.
Big game tonight.
I'm dreading Skinner a lot, allowing like 3 or 4 goals, and it's all on him, and he's just awful. The one scenario that I cannot have at all.
It's locked in. Feels good. Saying all the right things. Plus, you got games 4 through 7 stat in your back pocket.
Well,
this is when he shines. Come on. Let's go.
Okay.
Feeling good. How about Dallas getting all their losses been blown out? That's the other thing. Strange. Not your father's Stanley Cup playoffs.
Yeah, I don't think Mike Palm is surprised.
Yeah.
He does not like Ottinger.
Didn't play well, yeah. Now they're here again, though. 3 years in a row. They had a tough game last night. The last time.
What does it look like if Colorado doesn't blow that series?
No, they totally blew it. It's an embarrassment.
All right, we'll get into tonight's betting card that we have. NBA, Major League Baseball, and Follow the Money is VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
If your job at a healthcare facility includes disinfecting against viruses, you know prevention is the best medicine. And maintaining healthy spaces starts with a healthy cleaning routine. Grainger's world-class supply chain helps ensure you have the quality products you need when you need them. From disinfectants and cleaning supplies to personal protective equipment, so you can help deliver a clean bill of health. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Shohei Ohtani had a chance to become the 4th player since 1990 to lead off a game with a home run tonight 3 times in a row. He did not do that. Struck out looking in his first at-bat. Guy kind of stinks.
Surprising.
Brady Anderson has the all-time record back in 1996. He led off a game 4 consecutive times with a home run.
And that bothers me big time.
I think it was all on the up and up.
That was a bad time for Major League Baseball. Some of the crap that was going on.
Is that the flukiest year by like any player in any sport ever?
Luis Gonzalez too.
Well, he had more than one good year.
Well, like 55 home runs though. Yeah, you're probably right though. Brady Anderson.
Biggest outlier, yeah.
Yeah.
I also think some of the Brett Boone numbers were a little, boy.
Yeah, there was so much funky stuff happening. Then there was a lot of candidates, though, about this guy's never done anything. Now he's hitting 45, 55 bombs.
Yeah.
This is,
I got of nowhere.
Yeah.
What the hell's going on here?
Yeah.
All right.
The stupid Jason Priestley sideburns, everything the guy, remember that?
Oh, they were very popular back then.
Yeah, 90210. Yeah, that's right.
I know that you watched every episode
no,
of it.
I did not. Get out of here with that.
You like that
I
stuff?
did not. No way.
No?
Didn't care for it. Nope. But let me go. What were his numbers? What did he do? Now you got.
What, Brady Anderson?
Did he hit 60? 55? What was his best year?
He had 50 plus.
Oh, it was so bad.
There's no doubt that he did.
So bad for baseball.
Yeah.
All these great records and what these guys did, and then this guy comes along.
All right, while you're looking that up, we brought this up a little bit earlier. Maybe a year fee bet tonight to look at. Twins at the Rays. It's Ryan against Bradley. Taj Bradley going for the Rays. 90-degree temperatures tonight in Tampa. It's a batter-friendly environment. So far, he has allowed 11 runs in the first inning on the season. His ERA is almost 10, and his ERA after the first inning is 3.47. So just not great, obviously, to begin the game, and then he settles down. And the Yurfie here at Circa is plus 110. You can find plus money on that when you shop around at different books if you think that's going to continue against this Twins team. The best first 5 teams in baseball. The Cubs are 29, 16, and 9. The Tigers are 31, 18, and 5. The Yankees are up there. The Phillies are in the top 5 as well. And the Phillies are 16, 5, and 6 in the first 5 their last 27 games. When I tell you these numbers, you're going to be like, oh my God, that's a lot of pushes. Yeah, you're going to have a lot of ties at the end of the first 5. Diamondbacks are 8, 1, and 2 in their last 11. The Braves are 9, 2, and 1. The Reds are 7, 1, and 3. On the flip side, your worst teams currently going in the first 5. How about this, Pauly? The Padres are 0, 8, and 10. I'm sorry, 0, 8, and 2 in their last 10.
Okay.
They have not won a first 5 bet in the last 10 games.
Come on.
The Dodgers are 6, 12, and 3 in their last 21. I mentioned the Rockies earlier, 4, 18, and 1 in their last 23 in the first 5. And the Red Sox are 2, 7, and 2 in their first 11. Those numbers courtesy of our pal Kevin Rogers.
Brady hit 50 home runs.
50, huh?
Yep. I thought it was more. He did hit 50.
Do you still have his numbers up?
No.
I was wondering what the...
Well, he fell off a cliff.
Of course he did, yeah.
That was it. I think it dropped like 20 year after.
Yeah.
2022. Saw that? Yeah. Go pee at a cup. Forget about it, right? Oh, God. God, it was so fun talking to Sean Deeb. Did you ever have something you can, where it's like, I'm motivated to do this, I'm going to, whether it's family related, health or something, that I'm going to do this? Because it's interesting, we talked about that with him, because I lost 75 pounds in 3 months. I can't believe it was just like, oh, yeah, piece of cake. No big deal. 306 pounds, 40% body fat. No issue.
I did something similar. It was 2014. I had those CDs for P90X. It was like the big workout program that Tony Horton put together years ago, and it was taking off like wildfire. And I kept putting it off. And I'm like, I'm going to do this one day. I got to get in shape. I wasn't completely overweight, but, I had high blood pressure for like 10 years. I did not look great with my shirt off, clearly. I stood to lose a couple of pounds. It would have been a good idea on my part. So one day, I'm super hungover. I wake up. Somehow I have just nonstop energy. I take our 2 dogs. It was a beautiful spring day outside. I take our 2 dogs for like a 90-minute walk. And TMZ broke the Donald Sterling tapes.
Tapes came out? Okay.
And I listened to the tapes when I was walking the dogs, and I couldn't believe it. I'm like, this is unbelievable audio. I kept listening to it over and over and over again. And I felt like crap, but that put me into a good mood somehow. When I got back, I'm like, I threw in the first disc, and I did the P90X. And I couldn't accomplish everything that they were doing, but I did everything to the best of my ability. And that was day 1, and I stuck with it, and I did it for 90 days, hence the P90X for 3 straight days. I cut out all alcohol, sugar, I ate healthy, and I did the workouts. And I went from being able to do how many ever push-ups. I was doing 100 push-ups at a time. I would do 2-3 sets of 100. I would go out and crack out 50, no problem. Like I was falling out of bed. And I lost like 27 pounds. I got, at the age of 37, I got in by far and away the best shape of my life. And I will point to scoreboard for a second. I was ripped out of my mind. Like, the program absolutely worked.
Didn't you meet the guy?
Because I did, and I interviewed him, and it was awesome.
Huh?
But like he was talking about, once it started, it's all mind over matter. To me, it was almost all mental.
Yes, when you see the results right away.
And I saw the results. You're exactly right.
You becomes like, I can do this. This is great. There's the reward. And then it becomes, hey, I don't have to, I'm not going to eat this. I'm going to do cardio twice a day now, and whatever.
Yep. So 2 weeks in, I could see results. I felt way better. I ate as clean as humanly possible. And I haven't craved desserts or soda or anything like that. I will eat sweets once in a while. But busted that out. I had like an 8-pack. I was super proud of myself, and it lasted for like 3 or 4 years. I'm trying to get back into that now when it's like very difficult to pull off.
A mutual friend did this, and my mom did it as well. She quit smoking cold turkey.
At what age?
She was up there in age. She was late 40s, early 50s, I think, when she did that.
If you again,
that's
you
tough
can,
too.
You can 100% you can do that. You have no idea how strong your willpower can be, or how much brain power you can actually use until you try to sit down and do something like that. A childhood friend of mine was like a military sergeant over in. He ran missions all the time, like over in the Middle East. He would be up 21 hours a day, like for consecutive days. When the heat is on, trouble's brewing, and he was in incredible military shape, but that's all you would have to go on is 2 hours of sleep.
Wow.
Let's go the next day. Troops got to be ready to rock and roll, man.
That's like that scene in American Sniper where he's just in the same position trying to get that guy and he's just standing and not move, right?
Yeah.
He's just locked in right here and laying down and look. Oh, man.
Oh, what a scene that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. You can email ftm@vsin.com, ftm@vsin.com, or tweet at us as well. I was blown away by that answer, where it's just like, certainly he had the incentive there with $1 million, but he had his team ready to go, and then just say, yeah, no problem. And then Bill Perkins knew he was dead anyways.
Right.
He took the buyout.
No doubt.
Because he was having no problem doing this. But the kid was 306 pounds.
306, 45% body fat,
Yeah.
and had to get down to 17%. That is not easy to accomplish.
Yeah.
Perkins wanted him to get down to 10. He's like, that's completely unrealistic. I'm not going to work out. Let's come up with a better number, and I promise I can get to it.
Yeah.
All right, I promise that it's a bet that's worth taking on both sides, I should say.
It could be anything. We have a mutual friend who, a stranger came up to him and said, you look like Charlie Weiss's son. He goes, that's it. And then he immediately ate healthy, got worked out.
That's all it took?
Yeah. Something that
next
set
day?
him off. That set him off. And that was it for him. So whatever it is that can trigger that or motivate you, and you can do whatever it is you can set your mind out to do or out to be.
I will say, like, if you want to cut something out of your life, for me, it was like part of that whole program was saying adios to like soda and to like cookies and whatever else. I would say the first couple of days into a week or two, I never even thought about them ever again.
Come on.
Paul, it's been more than 10 years.
See, I can't imagine dropping soda right now. I mean, I have like 3.
Oh, you go through them like,
I have 3 Cokes a day easy. I mean, to think I can't. We know a guy who drink like the 2 liters, 2 of them.
Oh, he used all the time, every day.
Like if normal people drink water, this guy would drink the Coca-Cola.
Oh, he would open up the 2 liter and you'd start to chug it. You'd see the bubbles coming up, and he'd be like, he'd put down half the bottle at one chug. You're like, what? And he's in his 50s?
How do you have teeth? Yeah, couldn't believe it. Oh, it was something. VSiN fans, you can play Circa Survivor or Circa Millions for free. Winners Circle Proxy giving away 1 free entry to each contest plus full proxy service. You'll be paired with a VSiN host for strategy all season long. Enter now for your chance to win. Visit winnercircleproxy.com/VSiN. What a giveaway. winnercircleproxy.com/VSiN.
Through all of that, there was one thing that I craved the whole time. Couldn't have it. Pizza. It's just they will never go away.
But yeah, that's where like Howard Stern's out of his mind with that too. No food is bad food. You can have pizza. You can't have a large pizza. You can have a hamburger.
Yeah, right.
You can't have 3. You can have a cookie. You can't have the whole tray.
Yep. Derek Stevens up next. Our trip to Omaha, plus a big crypto event coming to Circa.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Derek Stevens is the owner and the CEO of Circa Las Vegas, and his weekly appearance is on Tuesdays at 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 out here on the West Coast. He stops by the set right now. Good to see you as always. How are you today?
All right. Good to see you guys.
You had a pretty busy week last week.
It's a good week.
I mean, because you announced all of the football plans on Thursday, but this was on the heels of throwing out the first pitch in Sacramento for the A's game on Wednesday night.
Yeah.
By the way, you're right down the middle.
Yeah. Yeah, can you believe it? I was a big underdog, too. Mike Palm, every time, for the last 2 hours leading up to throwing out that first pitch, Palm goes, I'd be plus 220. You got to be at least plus 300. I'm like, shut up, Mike. And then like 10, 20 minutes later, you're plus 350 now. I had a couple of Budweisers in, and he went the wrong way. He goes, you're up to plus 500 now. And I'm thinking, no. Now I got a little better shot. But no, I still went in as a big underdog. Big underdog.
Good job.
But I enjoyed it.
Must have felt pretty damn good.
Oh, God, my heart was fluttering like it was the World Series. Are you kidding me? I'm throwing out a ceremonial first pitch. It was stressful. It was very stressful.
Here it is, by the way.
Yeah.
So we're showing it right now on TV. For the radio audience, this is out on social media as well. Derek Stevens put it out on his Twitter account. That's a beauty.
Yeah. 54-mile-an-hour changeup right down the pipe.
Did you practice at all?
Well, no, but I did have to get warmed up. You know who warmed me up? There's a bat boy for the A's. He went viral earlier this year.
Okay.
He's a single name guy, like the way Cher or Madonna is. He is Stewie. Like, if you've got fans that know who Stewie is, this guy on opening day, he's the guy that chased down that drone out there, and all of his he went viral.
Ah, okay.
And he wears a full A's uniform. Great guy. I had a great time. The guy's going to be here next week.
Oh, very
cool. I had
cool.
a great time meeting him. Yeah, it was awesome.
All right, so that was Wednesday night. Then you came in studio with us on Thursday. You announced the plans for the football contest like I talked about, including the inaugural Circa Grandissimo $100,000 entry. You have one sign-up so far. What has been the reaction?
It's been good. You know, we didn't want to do anything that would cannibalize, the growth of Circa Survivor. And I don't think this will. This is kind of a different little animal. I got a kick out of the fact that we had somebody jump in and sign up for Circa Survivor right off the jump. In the first half hour we were open, so that was pretty cool. So now we're only sweating out $1.4 million on this one right now. So, but I know we're going to get another one. We're not going to let this guy win the whole thing, right? It'd be a free roll.
Yeah,
you'll get at least one more. Yeah,
I know we're going to get one more.
we got great response on this, and Mitch had a good point too about that you're going to get the ego money and the guys who want to show off as well. What's been the feedback and what people are telling you about that?
Well, I mean, I think there's something to it. I mean, if you get a chance to win, Survivor under like kind of the umbrella of Circa, yeah, it's worth a little something. It'd be pretty cool. I mean, if you own a bar, you own a restaurant, let's say somebody wants to go into handicapping or whatever. Yeah, you get the ability to have some street cred. I mean, look at Phil Hellmuth. I mean, he made a career out of winning this. Now he's won some subsequent bracelets of the World Series of Poker. But you get some street cred.
Yeah, that's where I think the poker community is going to be big on something like this. We had Sean Deeb in studio earlier. If you missed it, you can go back and listen on the Follow the Money podcast, wherever you can get it wherever your podcasts are available. He's the guy who won $800,000 in a weight loss bet on a prop bet with a billionaire. Bill Perkins had that bet with him. We asked him about like the poker player community getting involved with something like this, and I think that's where you're going to see a lot of that from Derek, probably.
Very well could be. Yeah, it could be. We're trying to make sure we get 15, and really what I think is going to be fascinating though is how someone plays it, but they're still playing in Circa Survivor and maybe making some different decisions. And I think the strategy, the game theory, that's going to be interesting to see how that plays out.
Come to town, circalasvegas.com, get the all-in stay, and also get the schedules which are available at the gift shop at the D and at Circa. Go ahead.
You said all in. Today was the first day for the all-ins to start, I think, right? Was today the first day?
Yes.
I just went by Stadium Swim. It's packed.
Good.
Yeah, it's
Good
nice.
job. Hell of a giveaway. So you know John Taffer.
Yeah.
You know him well. Bar Rescue.
Did a show a couple times.
Okay.
Yeah, nice guy.
Right.
Really nice guy.
He's entertaining. Knows his stuff. But every time he comes on, he's like, you're giving away way too much, the overpour, you're giving away too much alcohol. What happens at a big resort casino how do you account for overpouring, free drinks, and all that? Is there a system? How does that go? How do you monitor this stuff?
Yeah, so anytime you order a drink from, let's say, a cocktail waitress on a slot machine or on a table, we use an easy bar system, so it automatically calculates it out. An ounce and a half pour, pretty straightforward, really good record keeping all that. But all of our bars, like Mega Bar or Long Bar over at the D or Prohibition Bar at Golden Gate or you see, or Vicky's, we free pour everything. And what we think if you free pour, it's a little more, it's a little quicker, and we think it gives you a little better customer service. We generally have a min So generally on a single shot, it's 2 ounces on a free pour. So we over pour everything, but we think it's worthwhile because we think it, kind of differentiates us. Yeah, I mean, our drinks are strong here. Well, they've been strong for 15 years, and I know it costs us a little bit more, but I'd rather have a strong drink. So we've always done it that way, and our bartenders love it. It actually helps us with our bartenders because the bartenders that have to push a button, you don't really have the greatest customer service. The guys that can free pour right in front of the customer, it makes it something special. So we go that route.
So when you did John's show, did he disagree with what you were doing?
No, I think there's really not a right answer. It depends upon the situation. I think in bigger organizations, or when you're really looking on cutting down the costs, or you're doing something, he's absolutely right. But when you're doing something a little bit different, it's a different way of doing it. It's just a different way of running a business.
You're trying to be cutting edge. You guys do a great job at this. I'll read this from the Circa Las Vegas Twitter account. It starts tonight. Circa is plugging into the Bitcoin network. Join us tonight through the 29th as Circa Bar transforms into Bitcoin Bar. Tap, explore, and spend your sats. Okay. Tell us about this event.
Yeah, I mean, I think we couldn't hit the timing better. We planned on this thing 6 months ago. Now Bitcoin's at $110,000 of Bitcoin. It's kind of taken off in the last few months. No, this is something great. We love endorsing crypto here. We're the first guys to bring those ATMs in. There's a couple guys that took their tips at the end of the shift and bought Bitcoin back like 7-8 years ago. We did pretty well with that. So I love having some of the crypto conferences here, and having them in here while their wallets on their phones are full. That's good.
Yeah. When you walk into this place, like upstairs, for example, exactly what you were talking about. There's that machine where you can get the Bitcoin. You can share. Are those popular? You just brought them up.
Yeah, I mean, the splits on them are outrageous. The splits aren't us, but we talk about splits a lot on sports.
Sure.
The splits on this stuff is crazy. It's like minus 140, minus 140. That's about as bad as it is.
Really?
It's really something. But it's always moving. But effectively, when we brought it in and Bitcoin was at $7,000 per Bitcoin. You can afford to lay a little extra juice on these things,
I guess so, yeah.
The crazy thing about when I brought him in, the reason I brought him in was because I thought there would be so many people that had Bitcoin, they would go to these ATMs and get cash out and then go to the casino. Boy, I misjudged that one. Every time we got to shut the machine down, it's because it's full. It's been like that now for 10 years.
Is that right?
Yeah. People keep depositing.
Wow.
A lot more goes in than comes out. And these are the machines where the money can go in and then it also comes back out. So it only once it gets full or gets emptied, you have to do anything with it. But no, they generally always just get full.
Wild. Okay. How's the handle been for the NBA playoffs?
Oh, real good. Real good. We're real happy about NBA. I mean, it's been good. We didn't like yesterday's outcome, but it was okay.
Yeah. NHL or not so much.
NHL out. It's been all right. NBA playoffs have been real good though.
Okay. Your level of excitement now that you saw the bracket for the College World Series?
Oh, I'm all fired up. I watched Selection Monday. It was terrific. I love it. We're going to be off and running here. I think the stats of if you're hosting in this first round in the last 5 years, it's always been anywhere from 9 to 12 of those number one seeds make it through this first round, get to the supers. Might be a little more volatile this year. I don't think you have those dominant teams like we saw before.
All right, hope for some chaos then. So we're going to go to Omaha June 12th to the 14th, doing shows out there. Rocco's right across from the stadium. Pauly said that he's up to doing 10 Jello shots minimum per night when we're there.
Yes.
Oh, easy.
Easy.
Won't be a problem.
Won't be a problem.
Won't be a problem.
Snap call. There you go.
What could go wrong, Derek? Thank you. Have a good week.
Great job.
Talk to you soon. In Pocket Plays coming up next on Follow the Money. It's VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger, Because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The guy has an algorithm to determine the winner of any given college basketball game.
Someone gives you 10,000 to 1 on anything. You take it. Take it. Take it.
I bet you $20 I can get you gambling before the end of the day. No way. I'll give you 3 to 1 odds. Nope. 5 to 1. Nope. 10 to 1. You're on.
All right. No good with the Panthers. Thought they'd take them out. Great job by Caroline and Anderson with the shutout. And Taylor Ward did not have a hit. That 12-2 run came to an end with over hits, runs, and RBIs. Get the Anderson saves. Anderson saves one under. They didn't have that one, but that was a winner as Anderson saves has gone under 7 in a row. The pending, as always, big one tonight. I like the Pacers to get it done and bounce back and go up 3-1. They're up to 3 at DraftKings, 19-1 to win the East. On life support with the exacta, Carolina over Dallas. Towns to lead the conference finals in rebounds. Halliburton in assists. I think that's 1,000 now. The double, Thunder to win game 1 and the series. That was my way of hedging. It was $1.70 as opposed to the $3.60 series price as well. And there's Anderson with the winner and coming right back with it in the next game. It is down to 22.5 now. As Davis pointed out, it's 8 in a row for Carolina. It still stayed under in the game that Anderson didn't start. And Kochetkov played. Kochetkov and Royals tonight. Singer has been terrible in May for the Reds. 7.85 ERA. Good price at home. I'll take the Royals to get it done against Cincinnati. Good luck, everyone.
All right, so Neesmith is playing tonight for the Pacers.
Yes.
So I made this bet, and I still like it, but it's T.J. McConnell tonight. First of all, last night, Naz Reid had 6 rebounds. Loser. I'm actually looking forward to the month of May. Get over with. Bad month here. But the stuff on McConnell, PRA 14.5. He has played 14, 14, and 15 minutes against the Knicks, but he produced 16, 16, and 18 points, rebounds, and assists in those games. Averages of 10.7 points per game on 53+% shooting, 3 rebounds and 3 assists in 5 home playoff games, 12 points per game, 55% from the floor, 3.5 rebounds and 5 assists in 17 minutes. So I'm betting him tonight over 14.5. And also a couple of cave props tonight. Carlos Rodon against the Angels. Rodon's strikeout rate this year is 31%, 11 Ks per 9. The Angels strike out 27.3% of their at-bats against lefties, second most in all of Major League Baseball. Lefties are 6-2 against their, with their K prop to the over against the Angels. Yarbrough had 7 last night. His prop was 3.5. Rodon 5-0 with a 1.48 ERA in his last 7 starts. I'm on over 7.5 at plus 112, and I'm on McGill tonight for the Mets over 6.5 plus 130, 31% strikeout rate, 12.5 Ks per 9, teetering on that number, which is nuts. The White Sox strike out 23.2% of the time, 6th most in baseball. McGill had 10 last start against Boston. He's 7-3 on the over this year. And looking at some projections today, McGill and Rodon grade out as guys who could have really, really good games. So I'm going to battle with those two.
Yeah, all right. Smarter bets start with VSiN Pro. Now's the time to jump in. Got till the end of the month. Lock in 14 months, just $199. 2 extra months free when you use promo code PRO at checkout. Less than 50 cents a day. Every best bet, every host, every guest, the morning email from Bill 80, the splits from DraftKings and Circa, show replays, dog videos, Mackin and Trends, the NFL betting guide dropping this summer. Offer ends May 31st. Don't miss out. VSiN.com/subscribe. It's funny Derek mentioned that because after the show, there was a long line to go up to the pool, which, okay, here we go with the all-in package, which I'm sure was very popular. It was packed when I was leaving yesterday.
Some messages to get to here on Instagram. This is from Kevin. He says that we're going to absolutely love the College World Series. He went 2 years ago. It was one of the top sporting events he's ever been to. He's a Georgia fan. He plans on trying to go. If they make it again, he'll stop by and say hello and see us if he makes it out there. One of the best sporting events he's ever been to.
Wow.
Very cool. And we had Sean Deeben earlier today, professional poker player in town for the World Series of Poker, which starts today. He weighed 306 pounds at one point in his life and had a body weight of 45%. He made a bet with Bill Perkins. Bill Perkins is a very successful businessman, billionaire, I think, right?
I believe so.
Loves playing poker. I recognize him from like the Instagram feed of Dan Bilzerian.
Yes.
He's always with him. But he found out about like...
I knew him from High Stakes Poker on TV.
Okay. So Bill found this video, long story short here, of Sean was explaining earlier today. He was eating chicken fingers and playing poker at the same exact time. And he's like, come on, man, you're way overweight. Let's make a bet here. So they did. They worked out the details. He lost, well, a bunch of weight, but also he cut it down from 45% body fat to 17% body fat. Sean was in studio for 45 minutes today. I highly encourage you to go back and check it out. You can get it at the Follow the Money podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. It started at 4:30 p.m. Eastern time today.
He's a great guest.
Awesome guest.
Oh, the answers, man, his life. Whew.
You asked the audience about, like, did you ever do anything like that?
Yeah, well, it was something that got you motivated, whether it's money, kids, whatever it could be, weight loss, stop smoking, maybe something even TV show related.
Sure.
I'm sick and tired of this Game of Thrones hype, or I'm sick and tired of hearing about Breaking Bad. I'm going to knock out 2 seasons this week, whatever. I don't.
Okay, this is on X from JD in Florida. He lost 85 pounds in 14 months.
Ooh.
He cut out soda and bread while cutting back on sweets. Best decision of his life. He went from tossing and turning all night to a solid 7 hours of sleep.
You can't sleep if you have you don't eat well. Correct?
Oh my God!
Are we talking junk food or
junk? If I went to McDonald's at 7 o'clock tonight and 8, there's no way I would sleep.
Really?
Not a chance. If I go out and have like a steak dinner with Lorraine, that night I'll probably get 2 hours of sleep. I'll toss and turn the whole time. Like, what did I do? It just, as you get older, that kind of stuff sucks. That doesn't happen to you?
No.
Oh, it's also because you eat fast food every single meal of your life.
Yeah, I got problems.
You're probably used to it at this point.
I always had a problem with, I hated buffets, the feeling afterwards.
I did not like them either.
And I like Italian food too, but that full meal between the bread and the pasta and everything, that's interesting with the soda and the bread, what he said.
Yep. This is from Xander. Used to be a huge soda drinker. He found a replacement that has worked really well over the last couple of years. Seltzer water and MIO. Gives you the soda carbonation and a healthier substitute with good flavor. He said, I'd give it a try. He said to you specifically, I would give it a try. He sent over an email with a couple of screen grabs as well.
The gal who gives this is my acupuncture says recommended Poppy to try that as well.
Yeah,
because I told her with my Coke consumption, she goes, knock that off. No more.
I mean, I'm sure. Go down. You want to quit drinking soda? Go down like a YouTube vortex one time of what soda will do to certain things. You've seen that before,
I've
right?
Seen that,
you throw a penny in.
Oh yeah,
but that's not even it. Like it'll eat like corrosive pipes away and stuff like this. I mean, it's unbelievable. But anyway, that's not what we're here for. I guess it is because it ties in, right? Healthier lifestyle. Dave Malinsky always used to talk about that with us.
Well, it also ties into these guys will bet on anything, and they'll make a price on anything. Yep. In the Huck Seed story. About running a mile. Hey, I'll be 24 hours in the ocean right now. Huh?
24 hours in the ocean.
The stuff these guys think about. They're so damn smart, but their mind's always working.
Yeah, right.
About what I can, do this. And remember the Dan Bilzerian thing. Was it I'll bike to Los Angeles in 48
hours.
However long it was.
And he pulled it off no problem.
And then you got Rick Solomon there, infamous for the Paris Hilton tape. What a life that guy's had. But he's like, yeah, I'm coming on. He said some agreement where he got Dan's plane if he died or something. If he got hit by a car.
Imagine if you
would do that.
Agreed to that bet that, look, I'm willing to spend 24 hours in the ocean.
Was that Perkins too?
And then you come up with like the fine print of it or how much money is going to be involved, how your brain's going to have to operate. Like he said, poker players are always thinking outside the box, different angles. That's going to be, like a sharp thing to do. How would you even begin to approach something like that?
That was. In 2016, Dan Bilzerian and Bill Perkins took on a 300-mile cycling bet from Las Vegas to Los Angeles The bet was to cycle from Vegas. Oh, now it comes up with a YouTube.
That was 2016? There's
what
no
it
way.
Says. That's what it says.
I think that was after VSiN started. VSiN started in 2017.
They bet $1.2 million. He had to ride the bike. I think it was.
Well, remember...
$600,000. It was a double or nothing bet, something in there. Crazy. Remember, we talked about it on the air.
I'll tell you this. We had Vincent Van Patten in studio before, right?
Yep.
You know Vince.
Oh, so good.
Poker commentator.
Yep. Hell of a tennis player.
That movie, 7 Days to Vegas.
Great movie.
I actually thought it was very well done.
Yes.
And it's about walking to Vegas and he from L.A.
Yep.
And he had 7 days to do it.
Yeah.
And I thought, whatever it is, an hour, 45 minutes, 2 hour, a little skeptical going in. At the end, I was like, damn, they did a really good job putting that together.
Well, remember, he was so good at tennis. He would use a frying pan. He would use a frying pan to play people in tennis because he was so good to make it even.
Stay tuned. Prime time is next. Tim Murray, Matt Humans. Good luck with the bets tonight. We'll see you.
This is your before and after story. Prepare for an incredible career in nursing. At Southeastern College, experience expert hands-on training. Learn real-world skills in our professional lab and simulated settings. And train for opportunities as a practical nurse, registered nurse, or career advancement with our RN to BSN program. At Southeastern College, your future is bright. Visit sec.edu to get started.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger. Because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.